everyone. I am Shilpa Vij, Product Manager for SAP Cloud Platform Integration Suite. And today we have a session on customer use cases and scenarios for integration. So let's see what is the agenda for next 20 minutes. We'll be talking about SAP Cloud Platform Integration Suite, its big picture, how it fits in the intelligent enterprise story. Then I have drafted 3 use cases for you, how our customers are using Cloud Platform Integration Suite. So the first one is the Eneco and its journey towards the state-of-art cloud first strategy, how it adopted to cloud first strategy. The second one is the Natura, which is again beauty cosmetic brand, and how it moves towards complete digitalization using Cloud Platform Integration Suite. The third one would be the Bacardi, again, family-owned spirit company, whose also the ambition was complete digitalization, and we will see its journey too. Then we will end this with summary and few tips for you as links and all. So moving on, I will, talk on let's see, the big picture of Cloud Platform Integration Suite. So here you go. So at the bottom of the slide, you could see the business technology platform, which is also known as Cloud Platform, and which is the technology platform where our applications are hosted. And we have 4 key principles, and you can see this, and I will also talk about in the next slide. So on top of it, we have the Intelligent Suite, and SAP is investing a lot here, and Integration Suite is part of the Intelligent Suite. Then we have Industry Cloud. SAP also come together and put efforts in putting industry-specific solutions, right? So for example, the Ariba network, what we have, the pharma network, utility, PayPal, the multi-bank connectivity network, FSN, with what we call. So these are a couple of industry cloud solutions offered from SAP. Then on top of it, we have the business processes, the complete network, for example, Ariba. So this provides the sellers and the buyers the opportunity, the platform, the network to sell and buy things, right? So moving on to the next slide, and we'll see the business technology platform and the key pillars and where the integration piece fits in. We can see we have analytics, the intelligent technologies, database, and data management as part of the business technology platform. Also the application development and integration. So Integration Suite fits in application development and the integration piece here. For analytics, you might have heard about the data warehousing, the complete, how SAP provides the complete solutions for analyzing your data. Intelligent technology, we have intelligent RPA in this line, and also for database and data management, we have the complete data processing, governing, and so on. So let's move on and see what we have as part of the integration journey, and also how SAP accelerates your integration and simplify extension needs. We have 2 suites, Extension Suite, which we call it as SAP Cloud Platform Extension Suite, and also SAP Cloud Platform Integration Suite, which helps you to integrate and extend your SAP to non-SAP scenarios, SAP to SAP scenarios, as well as cloud to on-premise, on-premise to cloud scenarios, right? So fundamental layer, what we offer you to help you to do all these kind of scenarios is the best practice methodology, what we offer you as part of SAP, enterprise grade tools and services, ready to use a lot of content, business processes, be it lead to cash, hire to retire, source to pay, travel to reimburse, and so on. And we have a vibrant partner ecosystem, which helps you to quickly onboard your journey with integration. Yeah, moving on, I will also take you through what we have as part of the integration piece, what we offer as part of integration. Call it as SAP Cloud Platform Integration Suite. It's a hybrid and heterogeneous platform. What it is it's a integration platform as a service on cloud to connect, to integrate anything, anywhere. anything, be it your processes, data, people, IoT devices, anywhere, be it cloud, on-premise, private cloud, and so on, right? So here on the slide, you can see our complete SAP universe towards the left-hand side, and we have SAP SuccessFactors, S4HANA, SAP Ariba, Concur, Fieldglass, and so on, right? And on the right-hand side, we have the complete integration hub, Slack, your drives, Google Drive, and all. So what we offer you as part of Integration Suite is the first one, the open connectors to do the complete lot of SAP to non-SAP integration. We have cloud integration to do your A to A, B2B, B2G, B2C integrations, API-based integration. You can do it with API management. We have crowdsourcing-based tool on cloud to do to help you to ease your mapping proposals. This is the integration advisor. We have event-driven integration also supported as part of Cloud Platform Integration Suite. A lot of business scenarios, business, as you know, the government agencies are opening up their businesses, opening up the data, and it is going on cloud. So we are there supporting the government scenarios too. B2B partners. We have our on-premise connectivity to our on-premise backends, for example, PIPO, and we have connectivity service, which helps you to connect to your on-premise backends, right? So moving on to the next slide. Let's see what we have use cases. So I will take an example here. For example, we use Uber as a platform, right? So at the end, what matters to me is the end user experience, the seamless experience what this Uber gives me, right? So similarly, digital businesses win by delivering simple connected experience to their customers, to their partners, the complete ecosystem, and also to their employees, right? So we also, let's see how we simplify integration with Cloud Platform Integration Suite. So the first pillar is the building blocks. We offer a lot of APIs. It is there on api.sap.com, and SOAP, OData REST APIs, 160 plus pre-built connectors, which you can use to, do all kind of integration, SAP to non-SAP API-based integration. The second one is the low-code web-based tools. So all these capabilities, what I'm talking about integration suite, the API management, event-driven integration. We have low-code tools, the cloud platform integration. We have really low-code-based tools. It's very intuitive tools, web UI-based tools to help you to do all these integrations. And we have 40 plus integration patterns to kickstart your journey. The next one is the serverless integration. We are there with hyperscalers. And when you go to cloud, everything is the responsibility of SAP. So we manage everything. We are high available. There are no more huge server installations required for you, right? So the next one is the out-of-the-box integration packs. So this is the key differentiating factor what SAP offers. And it has pre-delivered content, 1,500 plus integrations available for you to quickly get started with your integration journey. Also, 1,500 plus, 1,400 plus APIs to, test your data in your complete environment, sandbox environment, and then decide to go ahead with this, buying the productive instance. For example, if you want to use S4HANA APIs, you can test it in our sandbox environment and then go ahead with the productive instance. Right, so moving on, the last mile of integration, SAP invests a lot in, taking care of, customer regression tests. We have the automation test cases library, which helps you to do this. So let's see some of our customer use cases. The first one being the Eneco. So Eneco is the supplier of natural gas, also the producer of natural gas, heat, electricity, and it's one of the biggest player and leading company in Netherlands, right? So the challenge what Eneco was facing was it has a lot of IT equipments on premise, and it wanted to move to cloud. So what they did is they, partnered with Proxilence and used SAP Cloud Platform Integration Suite to help them to digitalize their business, to move to cloud. So the benefit what they get is the complete, 50 to 60% of their annual cost of ownership got, they got the advantage of it. And then the best part was they used the API management, the cloud platform integration, the key capabilities of integration suite to help them transform, to this cloud environment. And then also they, automatic updates what we provide as part of the cloud platform benefited them a lot. There was no manual interruptions. Also, they could scale, during this time when they used the cloud platform integration suite. The second use case, what we will be talking about is the Natura. It's the beauty cosmetic brand, and it's Brazilian-based industry, and it is made from combining when the four companies came together. The first one was the Body Shop, Aesop, and Natura, and Evop. So these were the four companies which came together to form Natura. And the use case, you can think of the data, huge data coming in from these four companies, and there was always a need to manage this data, also to automate this kind of data. So you can see the architecture diagram, and as I mentioned, it is Brazilian-based company. There was a need to come up with the tax which is localized to their government. So they had this SAP Nota Fiscal, and also if you see their architecture diagram, you have the cloud platform complete picture, and we have the API management, cloud platform integration as part of their landscape. They also had the PIPO piece, and where they try to move their interfaces to cloud. And they also wanted to give the complete end-to-end experience to their consumer base by developing mobile applications. API management helps a lot in that case to them, and they could quickly get engaged to their complete developer ecosystem. So this was the story of Natura, and they took the API first integration strategy and adopted SAP Cloud Platform Integration Suite in their solution, right? So also I just, could have the saying from Hamilton, who is there in Natura. I'm a huge fan of CPI, and because of the advantages, the ease of use it provides. Moving on to the next slide, Bacardi, it's a family-owned spirit company, and also, what was their use case? Challenge. Let me talk about the challenge. Also, they wanted to, completely automate their sales force for themselves, for their employees. Also, they wanted to be the digital company going forward and provide a seamless experience to their complete consumer base. They have around 200 plus brands, right, across 170 market units. So what they did is they adopted our hybrid integration platform based on Cloud Platform Integration Suite to work closely with all the services what we provide. So they had existing process orchestration software on premise. You can see in their architecture diagram, and they have huge iFlows, 1200 plus iFlows, right, in their landscape, and they wanted to move to cloud. So without investing a lot on the skills, they just adopted the cloud platform integration, and they were there in very less time. And the complete Salesforce was automated, and also a lot of advantages in terms of TOC and complete built-in platform, one point of contact, be it their data coming in, and their scenarios were managed. So this is our journey with 3 of our customers, and I would also want you to take through a quick summary. So we have a comprehensive and versatile suite coverage across the use cases. We have first one A to A use case, and then we support that, and we have around 1500 plus prepackaged content integrations, also the APIs, 160 plus connectors to support this. The second one is we support B2B scenarios, and as I mentioned for Natura, we had a lot of tax related things coming up, right? So we support this, and we have taken an example also here. B2G, a lot of government related agencies are opening up data, and we support B2G scenario as part of Cloud Platform Integration Suite. Then the complete user to consumer experience, business to consumer experience, also in case of Bacardi, when they wanted to create the seamless experience code on mobile devices for their customers, for their employees. So this is the complete B2C experience, what we offer. Then the complete event-driven architecture, what we support as part of Integration Suite. Integration Suite can respond to the events on cloud. It can be a consumer or a producer of events. Then the next one is the complete digital integration hub. So what we have done here as part of this use case is we have introduced the HANA layer, the cache, in-memory cache layer. So you need not to go back to your system every time. Everything you can get it from this in-memory cache HANA layer. The last but not the least, we have a complete digital economy. You can use APIs. You can monetize your APIs using API management. You can engage with your developer system using our API developer portal as part of API management and monetize your APIs. Yeah. So not last but not the least, we have a lot of sessions on integration. You can have these number of sessions listed on the slide. You can go through it, and I wish you all the best. Enjoy TechEd. And also, this is a couple of links which we have shared for your learnings. I wish you happy learning for these 3 days. Thank you so much for attending this session. If you have any other questions or any inputs, or if you are facing any challenges with your customers, customer use cases, customer stories, don't hesitate to drop us a note. Paul and myself will be able to support you here. Thank you so much for attending this session. Bye-bye.